crafty friends, welcome back to another card making video here on the channel. If you're new here, my name's Nicole LeBlanc and I like to share card making and crafty inspiration with you all. And as always, I invite you to check out my blog if you're looking for additional information on this project or just other crafty inspiration in general. So for today's card, really the stars of the show are going to be this slimline die from scrapbook.com. This is their spring floral. And I've also gone ahead and chosen four sheets of cardstock ranging from, yellow, orange, kind of a coral and a red from their Warms Smooth Cardstock paper pad. So in order to get this ombre look, whatever paper you're using to craft along today, you'll want to make sure that you pick a few different colors that layer nicely together kind of in rainbow order. So next up here, I'm just going to go ahead and die cut that out of all four of those colors. And as you can see here, I did kind of organize my butterflies just so that you could see here what I was doing. So next I'm going to go ahead and start assembling. So as you can see here, I'm just taking one lighter color cardstock butterfly, adding some liquid adhesive right in the middle of that butterfly, and then I'm going to add on the one shade darker or one color darker right behind it. And I'm just going to go ahead and repeat this through a bunch of butterflies. So in the end for my card, I did end up using 6 of the butterflies, but depending on how many colors you have and how many butterflies you have, of course, you could make this project using as many or as few as you would like. Really the key here is just going to be to make sure that we're putting the darker color on the bottom and make sure that we're only adding the adhesive to the middle of the butterflies so we don't glue the wings down and we can get some of that kind of, wing dimension on our finalized card here in a little bit. So I'm just going to go ahead and finish up with those, and then as you can see there are my 6 finished butterflies. For the sentiment today, I did try something different. So these are rub-ons. They're from scrapbook.com, and this pack is called Cardmaker Sentiments. It actually comes with 2 6x8 sheets that are different. So you can see just one of the sheets there. And I'm just going to go ahead and trim out the sentiment that I want to use today. So this one that I picked is this beautiful gold foiled sentiment, and it says on there, wishing you a wonderful day. So I thought this would be a great card to either use for a birthday, a thinking of you, just a hello card. Honestly, just a really good sentiment to have in my stash to use for all kinds of different occasions. So as you can see on the screen there, I went ahead and just taped down a white card panel. I did that just because my card was opening up and I didn't want it to flip open here as I start the assembly process of my card. So I'm going to go ahead and peel the backing off of that rub-on and drop that down wherever I would like to put it on my card front. And then I'm going to start rubbing on that transfer. So in the transfers, it does come with one of these popsicle sticks to use to rub that element onto your card. So that's exactly what I'm using today. No fancy tools, just a popsicle stick. So I did go ahead and kind of rub mine in 2 directions to make sure that it was completely adhered. And as you can see there, I also kind of held it down with my other hand using my fingers to make sure that that rub-on didn't slide. So before I just peel off the top, I do kind of lift it slowly just to make sure nothing's left on that front sheet before I completely peel it off of my card front. So now that that sentiment's on there, I'm going to start kind of assembling the design of my card. So as you can see here, one by one, I'm just floofing those rest of the butterflies that I didn't fluff up earlier. And as you can see there, they do stick together nicely in the middle. So those are kind of good to go on my project. And the other thing I wanted to note here is I am putting them in kind of the rainbow order, right, with the darker reddish color ones on the bottom, slowly working my way up to the yellow ones. And I'm trying to kind of move them around and make them all kind of not going in the exact same direction, just to add a little bit of interest here on my card project. So once I'm happy with the placement on those, I'm just going to go ahead and add just a little dab of liquid glue to the back of each one of those. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in some of these teeny tiny florals. These are also from that exact same slimline die. So once again, I'm just going ahead and picking out some that are slightly larger in the darker of the shades. And then on top of each of those, putting a floral that's just slightly smaller in kind of the next lighter shade. And I'm kind of lining them up with the butterflies that I already have on there. So it just helps with continuing on that kind of ombre look that we have. So I also liked that this kind of just added in those gaps a little bit because I wasn't happy with quite all of the white space. And so those little florals filled it in nicely. At this point, I thought we needed some embellishment on these butterflies, so I went ahead and added 3 dots of Hero Arts gold pearls as an accent up the middle of each of those butterflies, on the middle of those little florals, and then just a couple little pairs of 2 dots of the gold drops as well, just kind of to fill in, once again, some of that white space on the back of the card. So that's it. We're going to move on to final looks. I'm going to hold it up for you just so you can see that beautiful shine on that sentiment. Absolutely beautiful. I definitely will be using these rub-ons again. I hope you liked today's project. If you're looking for additional crafty inspiration, I invite you to check out the videos on your screen. And until next time, I hope you are keeping it crafty. Bye!